Morning, everybody. It is a beautiful morning. Birds are singing. Roosters are roostering. Sorry, I'm totally distracted by these tree swallows and bluebirds. But I woke up this morning and I had so much anxiety or stress over all the things that I have to do. And I do have to say, I love and I live for, raising our own animals and growing a big garden. But springtime can be super overwhelming because it's like the reset, once the snow goes away and the temperatures warm up. And in fact, right now it's just way too hot. That's why I'm out here in shorts on May, whatever it is, 14th or something at 6 o'clock in the morning is because it's just too hot. But we have so much to do. Got to get the garden ready, have to, start hardening off all of the plants to go in the garden. And I got up this morning to go feed the rabbits, and I had the two does in together. I had just bred the one doe, and they must have been scrapping in the night, so I had to separate them. There's just always something. It's not kind of what I expected, or I didn't think about all that kind of stuff when I take on this and start that. And today I have a ton of stuff to do. The list is as long as my leg of things that I want to get done. And so, sometimes you just have to do as much as you can and be okay with that, and embrace the perfectly imperfect part of life that is keeping animals and growing gardens and producing your own food, as well as working full time. So, it's something that kind of comes with the territory. So today on my list of things to do, obviously aside from the regular things like laundry and vacuuming and all that good stuff, I'm going to plant all my brassicas, hopefully, today, get those in the ground so that I don't have to worry about them. I have to get ready for the new animal that we are getting this week, which is really exciting, and I'll make another video about that. I have to finish stacking all of the firewood for next season. So it's been cut and drying for a year, and now we're putting it under cover for next year. So for heating, and maple syrup season. What else? Oh, we got some manure from a friend of ours, composted manure. So I have to get that on the garden, and then maybe start wood chipping. But that I think is going to be for another day. So anyways, lots to do. Oh, I also have to seed. So start my cucumber and melon seeds today. And actually it's so funny because last year I started things so early and I had these massive plants that were kind of waiting to go out. And this year I could have started early because I do think that people can be planting out soon here. It is just, as you can see, the beginning of black fly season. They're not bad just yet because it's a little bit cool this morning. So by this afternoon I might be bug netted up, just trying to get the work done. So I got to get going here if I'm going to get anything done today. this is my rhubarb bed. This is where I split the rhubarb. That was where I dug it up from. But this one's like massive already. So I'm gonna have to make some strawberry rhubarb jam here soon. But before I put my onions in, you can see that is the big load of manure, composted manure I have to shovel and transport onto all the beds. So I'm going to start with this bed here today. So first I'm going to rake off any of the mulch, the straw, the leaves, etc. And then I'm going to lay down the compost, and then I'm going to broad fork, and then that'll just let the compost kind of trickle into the soil. Then I'll rake it out and plant it. So this is where I'm going to plant some of my brassicas. I have to go and figure out how far apart I'm supposed to plant the kohlrabi, but cabbages, maybe some kohlrabi, and then kale, I think I might just plant in the neighboring bed next door. I do have a map, but that's always subject to change once I'm out here, especially if I haven't consulted it before I come out. So I'm just going to, prep this bed and get those planted, and then I'm going to move on to firewood. I'm just kind of waiting for the black flies to come and get me. I should also say that I have sunflowers coming up from all the sunflower seeds that fell in here, and I always let those be volunteers and grow. And so I will work around those as best I can, because just brings sheer joy at the end of the growing season. Transplant a little sunflower baby. Oh, I've never broad forked this bed before. It's super compacted. It's like equals work. Whew. Dudes, it's like 7 in the morning and I'm sweating. The bugs are starting, as you can see. But this bed is ready. Let me show you. Nothing says plant me like some sexy soil. A lot of people will ask me why to put on manure, or why I do this every year or every other year as much as I can. And it's for soil health. You have to have healthy soil to have healthy plants that are nutritious, yada, yada, yada. And when you put in compost or organic matter, what you get is a whole bunch, trillions of microorganisms, bacteria, fungi, insects. I can see little ants crawling around in here, and they actually break down the organic matter to provide nutrients to your plants. And so instead of buying Miracle-Gro or other kind of soil amendments or plant nutrient amendments, I just use compost and composted manure, and it seems to work for me. It might not work for everyone, but it is, for me, the easiest and best way to take care of the soil and grow some nice plants. These are the last indoor seeds I'm going to start. So today I'm starting cucumbers, a bunch of different varieties, honeydew, and new for this year, what one are these called? Oh, what are the green ones? Honeydew, cantaloupe. Oh, cantaloupe and honeydew. Last year I didn't grow cantaloupe at all. Like, I tried, but they didn't do well. We had the striped cucumber beetle problems, and the plants just didn't do well. But the year before that, holy cantaloupe Batman, I planted 2, maybe 4 cantaloupe plants, and I had so many cantaloupe, and they were so good. And so after that experience, I was like, this is a no-brainer every year, but apparently not. So gonna give her a go again this year. So I gotta fill these pots. I put the Cabernet Shiraz away for this year. I'm gonna be using the same wine next year, unless somebody needs a gift at some point this year. You might be getting that bottle of wine. My pots making wine. But other than that, it's going to be in there for next year. I got the tomatoes hardening off on the picnic table. They've been out here since sunrise, so I'll put them under the covered porch here shortly. Laundry's out on the line. Had a bit of a change of wardrobe because the black flies are insane this morning. It's so funny. They go from just flying to biting like that. And the dogs are getting bites and I am getting bites. And so I have to work with my bug jacket on, and you might be saying, oh, she's such a wuss, like she can't handle the bugs. And the truth is, I can actually handle the bugs. They don't really bother me aside from going up my nose and in my ears and in my mouth. I choke on several black flies when I'm not wearing a bug net. But when I get bit by a black fly, I'm allergic to them and I swell up like a balloon. One time I got bit on my eyeball and on my eyebrow, and my whole eye my whole eye was swollen shut. So I'm going to protect myself so that I can get this work done. So here we go. Okay, a couple of things. When I am planting for spacing, I showed you the seed square I used the other day for small stuff. To make sure that I have enough space, especially for tomatoes and the cabbage, which is 16 to 18 inches, I just cut a stick so that I make sure that they're far enough apart. Last year, I used that seeding square to plant the cabbage because it's based on the square foot gardening method. And honestly, they were way too close. They grew so big that I had tons of pest problems, slug problems, earwig problems, you name it, I had it. So this year I am going to plant them further apart and hope for the best. So we do have a row cover that we are going to put on the cabbage, and hopefully I'm going to get a few more as well, just to cover up some more of the brassicas. So here we go. They always look so pretty at this stage. These have been hardened off all week, so they're ready to go. I'm going to water this in and mulch it. Firewood is done. It's getting too hot out for the black flies, but also for me, so we're gonna go inside. I was thinking as I was stacking that firewood, it's just a good job to do some thinking, how much I love doing it and how long I've been doing it. So we've been cutting, splitting, stacking, and burning our own firewood for at least 20 years now, which is pretty cool. And each year I love the job, I love the work, and I'm going to keep doing it until I can't anymore. And if you do the same, that's awesome. We burn about 5 to 6 face cords of firewood a year. And now with maple syrup this year, we burnt 3 face cords. So we'll have to up our firewood game, but it is something I enjoy. So it's really not work at all. Actually, it's really rewarding. And I love the labor part of it. It's just fun to be outside, getting fresh air, listening to all the birds and stuff at this time of year, swatting the black flies, as you can see. I just have to take the laundry down here, but I'm going in for a drink and a snack. Hope you all have an awesome day. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.